My name is Grace McCormack. I am an English 9 teacher at Artes High School in San Fernando, California. So there are many stories that I could tell about my students, but I'm just going to point to a recent one. When I knew that I was going to apply for this grant, I created a survey because I wanted to get a more accurate idea of what my students' actual attitudes towards reading were. And of course, as teachers, we always see the extremes. We see the ones who love reading and then the ones who are very resistant to it. And I thought, what about all the kids in the middle? And so I was giving this survey, and one of the questions in my survey says, when I was a child, my parents read to me regularly. So the options were always, often, sometimes, or rarely. I had a student in my 7th period who just had a moment. He kind of took a breath. He's right in the front here where I was, and he said, "Is never an option?" And I said, no, I didn't put never as an option. Maybe you can just put rarely. And he's like, wow, my parents never read to me when I was a kid. And I want to make the quick disclaimer that I'm not trying to judge parents here. I know that the situations are different. But both my student and I kind of just had a moment to recognize, like, that's an important part of your childhood that you missed out on. And I was read to as a child. I read to my son, who's a year and a half, all the time. And so it was like, oh, that's a bummer. And so that led me to be curious about the rest of the data that was given to me. And the first statement in the survey said, I love to read. I had about 27% of students say often or always, which was nice. Only 20% say rarely. But then I had 51% say sometimes. At first, sometimes I was like, that's a third option. That's not great. But then I thought about it, and I thought, sometimes is not bad. Sometimes means that I have over 50% of my students who are waiting for a good book, that if the one was put in front of them, that they would enjoy it. And so it was actually encouraging to see that. And so when we talk about why you all should invest in me, it's because I have students who are ready, and because I'm on the ground and I'm ready to give them what they deserve, which is a really good book. And so that is why you all should invest in me. And if you have any further questions, please reach out. If you'd like to see any more samples, you can ask me. And thank you so much for watching this video.